Hello and welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. We are the Fire Emblem and that means that there is a new ring. Thank you for pointing out in the comments. There is in fact this ring down here. This is the Fire Emblem ring, and if we click on it, you'll see it says this: Emblem Alpax can engage by using Engage Plus during battle. I don't know what this is, but I would assume that this is going to be some sort of mechanic, like we can give up the main character for a temporary amount of time in order to have him engaged as a ring, right? That's the way I see it working. And the reason why I think that is because we got bonds with everybody, right? Like Louis and all the other party members, but we have no bond listing for the main character. So that would, to me, would make me think that this is going to be a ring which is going to take the main character out for a part of time. So I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work, but I'm interested to find out. I assume next time we go in combat we'll get like a little pop-up tutorial. Anyway, so we have this ring. What does it do? Well, first of all, it gives you a weapon, which appears to be an upgraded version of Liberation, which kind of means that Liberation is unlikely to have like an upgrade as I thought. Because I was kind of holding out hope it would give us like a better version of the sword, but because it gives us it as part of the ring, I'm assuming that's our better version of the sword. If user defeats foe in player phase, fills adjacent allies' engage meters by 1. So it seems like something that you equip, you stand them in the middle, they kill something, and then all your allies' engage meters go up and it lets you kill more powerful foes that way. It also gives us Holy Aura. Unit is effective against Felddragon. So we can give this to a unit and they will now be effective against Felddragon, I'm assuming. Unless Engage Plus just turns the main character into this somehow, and it's not actually like it gives another character these abilities. You see, this is why we need to know how it works. Like maybe it just means that you give up an Engage meter and you power up this ring or something. I don't know. Anyway, so we got that. And allies within 2 spaces with effective dragon gain effective Felddragon, which is very nice. Also, we get attuned. If unit initiates combat and defeats foe, grants engaged partner +4 to all 7 basic stats while engaged. Incredible. Dragon, you get an extra +1, so in theory you could get +5 to every stat, which is very, very good. Now, you might be wondering what that does on everyone else. Well, if we come out of here and we just go to the next one, you'll see plus defense, and then like if we check the next one, it's plus magic. It's basically, it raises the stat that matches the class, right? Fairly straightforward. And then we get Dragon Blast. Used to make 2 attacks against an adjacent foe with a sword and powerful magic beam. Dragon does 20% extra damage. This also has a different boost on everybody, like on Louis, like on Pandreo, adds 20% of magic to the beam attack, backup adds strength, and so on and so forth, right? There's different bonuses with each of them. Now, you might be noticing that there are different abilities that each of these characters are having. Now, what's that based off of? That's based off the bond number in the top middle. Now, what's that bond number based off of? That bond number is the support level that you have. So, 5 is C, 10 is B, and 20 is A. Right? Makes some level of sense. So, at a rank C support, you get grant hit/avo +20 to unit and allies within 2 spaces that are synced or engaged with an emblem, which is very good. That's just a lot of hit and avo, basically. If we have a look at Pandreo as an example of somebody who we have a B support with, you will see that we get Dragon's Fist, which is a magical fist weapon, which potentially is pretty nice, right? Gives you a way to do a double attack based off magic. Certain characters would find this very useful, so we got that. And then if we go all the way to Diamant, because he's the first one on the list which we have an A support with, you will see that we get a new sword. Sword wielded by Emblem Alpax, effective against Corrupted, which most enemies will be for a while, from what I've heard, so that's pretty good. Well, most enemies in the main story. We also get Bond Forger Plus, which is grants hit/avo plus 30 to units and allies within 2 spaces that are synced or engaged with an emblem. And we get Holy Shield, neutralizes effective against this unit. Very, very cool stuff. Now, is there anything we can do with this? Can we make any decisions off of this? Not really, because we don't know how it works, but that's essentially it. Now, you might also be wondering, can you inherit these skills? Not as far as I can see. There doesn't appear to be an inherit thing here. I am also in my head thinking, can we polish our own ring to raise support with people? That's something we need to try out. Anyway, so now we've done that. Now you might also be noticing, wow, everybody's equipped with a ring now. What's going on? Right, I equipped everybody with the ring that they had, apart from Hortensia, because I couldn't remember what it was and it's not going to be relevant soon. Mainly because it's not going to be relevant until we get to the point of equipping characters, at which point we can worry about it, because I don't think she had an emblem on as an emblem ring. Anyway, basically I just gave her a random ring just to show that she was in our party. So, the reason why I equipped everybody with the ring that they had before the missions that we just did was because I want to compare who we've got in our party to who we want to bring into our party, because we have 2 potential party members here. Now, Vale, I want to find a space for Vale, just because Dragon is an insanely good class. I don't know how we're going to find space for Vale, but I would like to find space for Vale. Mavier has been a difficult one. I'm trying to find a spot for him on the party, but we have some solid people in our party that he's competing against in his current class, which makes it quite difficult. Right now, if we were to bring Mavier in, he would have to replace Ivy, or he would have to replace John, or Hortensia, or Pandreo, because he's effectively another healer. We're not going to bring in another healer without getting rid of a healer, so we could potentially do that. Now, the problem with that is that he doesn't really fill the same role as Ivy. He doesn't really fill the same role as Pandreo. So they're both out. Hortensia has abilities that he just cannot access. So she's better at healing. She's got range and she's got this World Tree ability. He can't access those. So that makes him, that means that he's competing against Jean, basically, right? Because Jean is the only person who actually does the same role that he does. Now the problem is, Jean doesn't actually do the same role he does either, because Jean is a key adept, and I did look at this. It may look like Mavier's stats are competitive with Jean's. However, if Mavier was in the key adept class, his stats aren't competitive. And if Jean was in the Royal Knight class, Jean's stats are better. So, essentially, Mavier is in an odd spot because there's nobody who he can actually replace right now in this role. Now, there are potential places where we could find party members that may be fallen off that he could replace. So, Penette, maybe, is an option. She doesn't do as much as she used to. Maybe there's a more aggressive class for Mavier to be in. Maybe he could replace somebody like Saphir. Saphir is basically only in because her base stats are really high. We could achieve the same thing with Mavier, right? In theory. His base stats are also really high. What's contemplative? So this is, if you use weight without attacking or using items, grants defense +2. To me, that seems like he'll make a great tank with that, right? Extra defense if you wait. So maybe there's a world where he's better than Saphir in her current role. I mean, Saphir has will to win. If units' HP is 50% or less at the start of combat, grants hit/avo, which doesn't work if she's synced with her current emblem. That's currently an anti-synergy, because this sets her avo to 0. So potentially, there's room for Saphir to leave, right? Her stats are not as insane as Mavier's. Potentially there's something we can do there. Anyone else? I don't know. I don't think he fills the same role Kagetsu does. Kagetsu seems to be pretty good in general. Marin was very nice in the previous combat, so I think she's fine. I don't really see anyone else that he competes with. Gold Mary, maybe? We use so many stat increases on Gold Mary. It's not really a fair fight, her versus anyone else. I mean, her stats are kind of capping out, but she also doesn't fill the same role because we've set her up as like a leaf bot. So she can use all these different weapons and then switch between them, and yeah. I don't know. I kind of like the idea of Mauvir replacing Saphir or Panette. Now, Panette, currently, why is she underperforming? She's underperforming because her crits are not consistent enough to be used in combat, right? That's why she's kind of underperforming, but she's also underperforming because we're not using her properly. We're kind of having her hide at the back and then running her forward, which is fine, but I don't know. Like, let's just have a look here. If we made Mauvir into a cavalry class, which is damage, is he going to be looking better than she is? I don't know. So she's got 28 strength. That's really the number we're looking at here. 28 strength. What would he look like in like a damage class? So what's this one? So it's a backup class. That's not really what we're looking for. Paladin? Is that the one we're looking for? Highly mobile and strong against magic? Maybe? That only gives him a strength of 22. Let's have a look at him in the, like, Berserker, 27, Warrior, 26. We have a look at him in the exact same class. Oh, we can have a look at him in Great Knight as well. 23, he's got defense of 35 as a base. For 23 res? That's a very strong tanky character there. That would be a very different use of Sigurd if we did that. Instead of having a damage dealer, I mean, he would still do damage, but he would effectively be somebody we could run in very far and he'd live, right? That's a potential path forward. Okay. Different types of Paladin. Wolf Knight is the same class, so I'm just looking at these. So these would be 20. We could have him as a Wyvern Knight, 23. Okay, so what's Panette looking at? 28 strength. Her base strength is pretty good. See, I kind of like the idea of Great Knight instead of Panette, because that I think would maybe work better with Sigurd. Because we could use something like Override a lot more easily then. Because we could run him really deep into the enemy, and then he would canter out a little bit, and then he would kind of survive in a little corner of the fight. And his defense would be 39 if he was synced. That would be really good. I'm talking myself into it. What were we losing? We would lose Wolf Knight, which doesn't matter too much. We don't use Hobble that much on her. We would lose an Axe user, which doesn't matter too much. Okay, there's a thought there. Now, obviously, our other thought, having thought that, is, well, if Panette isn't working as this, right? If we would prefer her in another class, why don't we just have a look at other classes for Panette and see how that plays out? Like, we could make her a backup unit with insane, with insane strength. Could also make her, probably not a Bow Knight. That doesn't really seem like the right kind of thing for us here. We could make her a Great Knight using something like Lance and Axe. She would then have a strength of 31. Defense would be 30. Potentially really good. That would increase her damage. Her dex would only go down by 1. So she'd still have a high chance of critting. She'd just be a lot tankier. What's she losing out on? She's losing out on speed by going into this class. Okay. She's losing the ability to use daggers, so we would have to use a tomahawk instead, which isn't the end of the world. She's losing out on luck, which wouldn't matter because her Avo has been gutted anyway. Potentially this could be fine. So it's a strength of 31 versus him doing it with a strength of... versus him doing it with a strength of 23. I can't... his defense would be so high. I kind of feel like moving Panette to Great Knight would be a better move. Yeah, I do. I think that would be fine. I think the Silver Dagger is fine on her, but I think that she would be better in another class. What's her build like if we switch her to Great Knight? That's the only thing to check. Her build would go up. So although that's the case, let me just have a look at her item. If I equip like this, for instance. Yeah, so currently she is losing a little speed on hammer. So potentially her speed wouldn't take that much of a hit, because she would go from 23 to... she'd go 23 to 18, but occasionally she loses 1 or 2 anyway. I guess it does mean she would get doubled a lot more. I think this could work. Now, would we want it to be lance, or would we want it to be sword? Or even... yeah. We'd want it to be lance or sword. Is there any other class, by the way? Just before we do that, she could be a paladin. Paladin would have better speed. It would be 1 less. Okay. As in, like... well, let's have a look at this. So... she would lose a bunch of the defense that we're going to get her. But she would gain a couple of points in strength. Her dex would go up. Her speed wouldn't be gutted as much. Maybe Paladin is a better class for her. Yeah. And it means she doesn't have to use another type of weapon. I think we're going to make Panette a Paladin. That was not the outcome I thought was going to happen here. Yeah, Panette's going to be a Paladin. I mean, Wolf Knight is thematically cool. It just... yeah, I don't know if that's... yeah, I don't know if it's been performing to the exact level we needed it to. So let's change her to a Paladin. She does lose out on the ability. The ability is Hobble. She gains Pivot instead. This is fine. Right. Let's do it. She also loses her tail. But she does get to dress all in black-ish. I prefer my attire with a little more wear and tear, but this is acceptable. Okay. So, I've made a very odd-looking Panette. And Mauvier is going to lose all of his items. Mauvier, I don't think, made the team. Yeah. Well, unless he's going to replace Saphir. I never looked into that. Saphir's got she's got 28 strength. So what would happen if we made this guy a warrior class or something like that? Does he have warrior as one of his classes? No, we could make him a halberdier, but I don't think so. Right. We're looking for the class with this. So this is the main one we're looking for. 26. So his strength is going to be lower, so I'm not really that interested. Although his defense would be 26. What's her base defense? Her base defense is 22. And res 9 versus what's his res going to be? His res would be... I know we're going back and forth on this, but, you know, it's big party changes. His res would be 19. Is there a warrior class that doesn't use axe, by the way? Like, yeah, I was kind of thinking like a lance bow, but like not that lance bow. No. Yeah, okay, so the problem is he would have to not use lance. Not using lances are fine, but it does mean we have to get him that as well. He does have better stats, right? 19 res versus 9 res. I think he has to replace Saphir. Okay, so Mauvier is going to replace Saphir. So just to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to take off the ring and we're going to give that to Mavier. I think that, yeah, 19 res fixes a lot of the problems we have with Ike. Because it sets you up to be like,
Sir Ike,
it naturally sets you up to be very tanky against everything. Okay. So that's where we're going to play Mavier. Sorry, Saphir. Which now means we still haven't fixed our problem, because we need to know where Vale is going. Now, Vale has a class which she has to stay in, I think. Right? Let's go and have a look. What are her class options? I suspect we wanted to keep her in this class, right? Because she won't be dragon in any other class? Yeah. Yeah, so she has to stay in this class, because if we move her class, she won't be a dragon. And dragon is the main reason why you would want to use Vale, because it allows you to use all the special abilities and all of the emblem rings, which you might not necessarily use on the Divine Dragon. She also has Fell Protection, which is incredibly useful in combat, and Fell Spirit, which is also pretty useful in combat, right? Now, in terms of party members, there are a couple different people she could replace. I have considered moving Zelkov off the party and replacing Zelkov with Vale. I'm in the wrong thing. Need to be in the emblem rings. So, the reason why we would replace Zelkov with Vale is Vale is a dagger user anyway. And then you would have Corrin in here, and that would then allow you to use Dragon Rain, you can use any Vein effect, and you gain 1 range on Torrential Roar, right? Which is they are very good abilities. The problem with this is that basically she can't do the same thing that we do with Zelkov currently, because her Avo is not like anywhere near his Avo. Right? His base Avo is 89. So just from a start point of view, he's going to dodge more often. She is not in a covert class, so she will not get the dodge bonus, like the extra dodge bonus for the fog. So effectively, she's only able to use the other effects, so we would be losing the current Karn effect to do that. So I don't like that as an answer. Also, being a dagger user doesn't necessarily mean anything. It's just a weapon she can use that scales off of magic. Yeah, it applies poison, but poison isn't really the most, impactful thing in the world. So, she can't have that position. Well, okay then. Whose position could she have? Could she have Ivy's position? Maybe. Maybe. Now, Ivy has base magic of 28. Vale has a base magic of 27, so she's going to have lower magic. I believe Ivy actually has higher speed. Yeah, 21 versus 23. But one of the things we could do with Vale is we can use the ring more effectively. So what does she get? She gets additional range on Echo. So that actually means that she could attack from 4 range away. That's pretty good, because if we gave her Thoron, she could attack from that far away. And then Warp Ragnarok has an additional +1 range as well. Okay, so that makes up for some of it. Like, having additional range is huge. So potentially we could do that to replace there. We could also give her someone like Micaiah, which would then allow her to play a healing class with high staff range. And it wouldn't lower her to such a low degree, although that doesn't matter too much. But yeah, she could have increased staff range, so we could have AoE healing. Potentially we could do that. In which case she's encroaching on our healers thing, but given that Ivy is also a healer, that's kind of something we could look at. There's some options here. I'm trying to think who else underperforms on the party. And unfortunately, I don't think anyone else does. Like, maybe Jean is the only, like Jean has potential to be out, because Jean kind of just, does the same thing each combat. But his stats are getting better and better. Like, they're overtaking a lot of other people's. He has relatively even stats across the board, and most importantly, he's in Key Adept, which gives us Chain Guard, which is not a very common thing for our party. We have it twice, but yeah. It's not incredibly common. So we could maybe have him replaced, but I don't think so. Seadoll can't go. She's not really replacing a damage dealer. You know, the more I think about Micaiah, the more I think this is probably the right path. So we probably give Vale... We take Ivy off the party, we give Vale Micaiah. We try to find another place for Celica to be used. Do we have another magic user? Maybe Hortensia? We could give... I don't know. Wait, does the Micaiah... Did I read the Micaiah thing wrong? I think I probably read the Micaiah thing wrong. I'm thinking of Augment. Oh no, the range +5 and area of effect +1. Never mind. Yeah, no, I was right with Micaiah. For a second there, I was like, wait, did I think it was gaining range when it's gaining AoE? Well, did I think it was gaining AoE when it's gaining range? No, it gains both. So, yeah, actually having her as a healer would be really nice. With the Augment. So we could potentially do something with that. We could also give her Celica and then move... Yes, so she doesn't gain an additional AoE, she just gains one additional range. We could potentially move Micaiah onto you, and then Celica on here. But then why are we moving Micaiah off of Seadoll? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just thinking it through different places. I think Ivy has to lose the position on the team, though. I think this is the sensible one. Ivy, you're off the team. Vale, I think you're on the team. I think we're gonna give you Celica for just now until we do like a little check of where everybody's going. Okay, so that gives us our team. Our team is gonna be us, Louis, Pandreo, Hortensia, Allcrest, Jean, Zelkov, Marin, Kagetsu, Seadoll, Panette, Mauvier, Vale, and Goldmary. Mauvier, we need to change class. Vale, we need to think about how we're going to use her. And we now need to look at the emblem rings. Let's quickly go and get Mauvier that new class. Yeah. So, we need to head in here, and we're heading this way. Right. Just remembering what we actually need to do to make this happen. So, what we need to do is we need to give Mauvier axe and bow. So, emblem, Mauvier. I took all of his weapons away from him. Mauvier, I forgot, you can have your... Wait, actually, while we're here. Store all. Store all. We'll just give him a weapon back. What are we going to give him? Oh no. Why don't you use your flame lance? There we go. Right. So now we can do emblem training. So what we're looking for is an emblem which has a level 5, which gives him... yeah, we're looking for level 5, which gives him the proficiencies. So that's bow proficiency and axe proficiency. So we're looking leaf level 5. Perfect. He gets both proficiencies that we need for 400 points.
Come at me, without reservation.
I am Leaf of Leonster. I will be your partner.
You lost.
Sir Leaf, your combat skills are impressive. Is it inconvenient to ask we join forces again soon?
No inconvenience at all. I will happily fight at your side any day.
Okay. So that gets us axe, it gets us bow. Perfect. So, Mauvier now has both of the proficiencies that we need, and we can now switch up his class. So, change class to warrior. Let's go. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well. That's not what I expected. So, Mavier has now become our warrior. We'll change his item that he has right now. I'm not going to spend a long time because I'll do this later, but like let's just go with that and then like, I don't know, the Brave Axe. That seems good, right? Something like that, right? Just to remind me what we're doing with him. Okay, so we have now moved Mavier into the party. How are we sorting out the rest of this? Right. First things first, we have a new emblem ring, right? I think we need to figure out where the new emblem ring is going, and then whether all the old rings are on the right people now that we have every ring available to us, right? Okay. So, I think to start off with, Jean does not need the new ring, and his old ring is fine. So I think he might be out of the running. Just because we got 12 rings, I'm just trying to limit the people we're looking at. But just out of curiosity, what does he get with Marth? He gets nothing. Does anyone get anything with Marth? So we get stuff with Marth. We get unit recovers HP equal to damage dealt by extra attack, and we get an additional 2 attacks on Lodestar Rush. Okay. Currently we get Dex, Speed, and Res. We would instead get Speed, Dex, and Strength out of this. So this would increase our damage at the cost of probably some speed. I think Marth is, from memory, one of the weird ones. Like you don't get the stat that he increases, because the stat he increases is Avo, which is not one of the base stats. Like Lyn, if you look at it, she gets speed increases, so the bonus that you get is equal to the speed increase that she has there. You can also buy the speed increase, obviously, like we've done, to get a bonus double effect. Marth is different. How much speed would we be losing? We would be losing 3 speed for 2 strength, and we would be losing 3 res. Dex, I think, is going to be 1 less. Yeah, so we're losing 3 res for that as well. Okay. I'm assuming our stats will go up. I just don't know which stats will actually go up. Okay. So, we could do that. That's an option. We would get some bonuses here. Who else gets any benefit? So Louis doesn't. Pandreo. Lodestar Rush does magic. It does damage based on magic. Okay. I could see how doing 7 attacks at 30% damage based on your magic stat could be good. I don't think it's better than having the Byleth stuff, but I can see how it could be good, right? Zephyr, you're just going to be backup. Backup, you get 1 extra attack. Zephyr's not on the team anymore. Divine Speed. Unit performs an extra attack at 50% damage in combat. If extra attack hits poisons foe. That's an interesting one. We would lose out on a lot of dex. That's the problem. We lose out on 5 dex. We really need dex for his current strategy because we use Luna. That's his main purpose in life. You don't get any bonus. You would get a divine speed bonus, but we would lose Corrin's effect. Kagetsu, 1 extra attack. Mavier would get 1 extra attack. And then you would get the same stuff. You would get the extra attacks. The problem is your attacks are based on your strength, which is not that incredible. And Gold Mary gets nothing else. Okay. So the 1 extra attack is interesting. Not for you. Also, I just noticed that 19 res is the cap for a warrior. Interesting. I think the only other person Marth could go on is Kagetsu. The logic being that extra strength is good, extra, you know, speed and dex is good. Extra attacks are good. You get break defense, so if you break it, you get extra. You make an extra attack where you could then crit on that. So there's stuff he could do here. It would make him more self-sufficient because he'd get a lot of this Avo. Well, actually, does he actually get Avo from having this class? I don't know. Wait, so is Avo Emblem +2? Oh, so the Emblem one must be adding +2 to his Avo and his hit? Oh, interesting. I'm assuming that's what's happening and it's not the calculated speed. Anyway, I don't know. So that's fine. So we could potentially go down that path. Yeah, I don't know. It feels more like it should be on you. Right? It feels like it's much better on the main character. Yeah, it does kind of feel better. It's just so good. You get the extra healing, you get the extra attacks on Lodestar Rush, and you get like stats that are good. Lynn's been good for us. I think someone else could do what we do, right? Call doubles and Astra Storm do not seem like they're unique to us. So, Marth, let's go.
Marth, right.
So we're back to Marth. Now the next question is, where does Lynn go? Well, let's start. So you get no benefit. Well, that's not true. Apparently the doubles do inherit your stats. So if you have 39 defense, you can have doubles that are really hard to kill. Which is interesting, because even though they only have 1 HP, you still have to do 1 point of damage. Okay, you get no benefit. You get no benefit. You doubles have 10 Avo. That's probably not going to be our path. Alcrest? 10 extra range? No. Sean? Breaks the target. Nah. No. Nope. Kagetsu gets no benefit. So we'd have a low range. What's the base range on Astra Storm? 10 range. Okay. So it's much lower, but we could have doubles of Kagetsu. Alacrity is not terrible on Kagetsu. The increased speed would be beneficial. If he attacks twice before the foe... Yeah, if he attacks twice before the foe attacks, he would potentially crit twice. There's some benefit there. He gets Dex as part of the thing, so it means that him losing out on the crit from his current ring isn't too bad. What is it? His current ring is in one of these ones, right? Yeah, it's Ryoma S. So he gets 1 strength, 2 speed, and 1 luck. So he would lose the strength, he would gain more speed, gains Dex and the other stat. He loses 10 crit potentially, and the damage and the dealt damage and the taking less damage, but he won't get that all the time. Anyway, because it's based on level. I moved the wrong lost Kagetsu. So potentially this is good. Yeah, so he gets res instead of luck. Yeah, potentially good. Seedall? Nope. Kinet? Also nope. Nope. Well, no. And then you would get the same stuff. The problem is your Astra Storm is based off your strength, which is terrible. I think it's Kagetsu. I think Kagetsu inherits yeah, I think he inherits Lyn. Right?
Lyn.
I'm here for you.
It's just the thing that makes the most sense to us here. Okay. So, Marth has found a spot. Lyn has found a spot. Is Roy on the right character? If Roy wasn't on Louis, what would Louis be doing? I don't know. So I think that this is right. I think Byleth Pandreo makes a lot of sense. The only option I can see for Byleth Pandreo is that we swap Celica and Byleth. So instead of having this one, we would equip him with Celica. which would give us 10% extra damage on the Echo. So it's 120% Echo, plus a 20% extra damage on Warp Ragnarok. So that could potentially be good. And then Byleth would go on to Veil, and Veil would get what out of it? Would get all 7 basic stats plus 3 for Instruct, and grants all plus 3 to all targets basic stats for 1 turn for Goddess Dance. So if we used the Seedal Veil if we use Seedal Byleth strategy, right, to dance, you could use both of these on 1 turn. They might not stack. But if they did stack, you would get a plus 6 to every stat. That's pretty good. I don't know. It's an odd one. I kind of like where things are now, and the reason I like where they are now is I like the range on Echo and the range on Warp Ragnarok. I think that gives Veil a better purpose. We want her to stand behind people quite a lot for Fel protection, so being able to stand behind yet still being able to shoot out attacks at long range seems really nice. Yeah. I think we do that. I think we stick with this. I think this is going to be fine. Okay, so we're happy with that one. Lucina? Lucina, I think, has to stay with Allcrest because of Luna, right? The way that we built Allcrest means that this has to be the way that this works. Also, having the ability to have Allcrest be able to do chain attacks is really nice. Yeah. Jean? I think Renewal works really well because it means that if he levels up, he gets his Chain Guard. He gets Chain Guard back for when he uses it after 2 turns. That's pretty useful. We've talked about Corrin. Corrin potentially could be better on Veil, but that would involve like a switch around. It would have to be like Corrin goes to Veil, Celica goes to Pandreo, goes to up here, and then Byleth goes to Zelkov, I guess. But yeah, no, I think I'm happy. Marin Erica again, it's very tanky. I think it's good. Just done that one. This I think is fine. The only other option is Micaiah goes on to Veil, and then Celica goes somewhere else. Maybe. Panette we just changed so that she works. Mauvir Ike seems like a natural pairing given his really high base res and Ike's ability to give a ton of defense. This seems like it's just going to be great. And then Gold Mary with Leaf. Was Leaf, if we just check you and Leaf, what does it do? Extra damage. I think I'm happy. I think I'm overall happy with our setup. Okay. I'm going to need to spend a lot of time leveling them, which we can do off camera. Let's do our arena stuff first. Yeah, let's do arena. So, let's see. I didn't even look at the levels people have. You could level up off of this. Hortensia can level up. Seedall could level to 30. We go for Seedall, Hortensia, Louis? Yeah, let's go Hortensia first.
Hi! I am Chloe, Royal Knight of Firene.
Okay.
Oh dear. This knight has met her match.
Obviously.
Wow. Okay. Level 13. Good level up. Hey, and a new conversation. Wonderful. Seedall?
We were fated to meet.
I've been observing the way you
Oh,
fight.
it's Louis. Oh no, it's a Louis win. Yep. Okay, that's fine. No conversation. And now, Louis. This won't get him a level up, but it'll get him close.
I shall serve as your opponent today.
I was a mercenary, you know?
Oh,
I'm used to this sort of thing.
hello. This is close. Oh,
Observe your ruin.
never mind.
This one. You got
This
me
was
good.
close.
Did I win? How satisfying.
That definitely seemed like a, oh, you know, we'll play this fair. I'll let you get a hit in here, and then suddenly, oh right, you hurt me? No, that's the end of that one. Right. So, party setup. I also need to change Hortensia's ring. We'll worry about that later. What's next on our list of things to do? I think next we're gonna head. There is a new wyvern ride. Let's go to our room first. Yeah, let's go to our room first, and we'll do the wake up conversation. Then we'll do wyvern ride. Then we'll do the large number of supports we have. I think that seems fine. So let's do this.
The knight heard the divine dragons sleeping. You're so kind to Divine One. You chose to stay by my side earlier. Someday, somehow, I will repay you for your many acts of selflessness.
Jade?
How are you this morning?
Yep, it's
You
Jade.
care for our allies, but make sure you care for yourself as well.
Okay. Cool. So, Jade's one done. It is time for us to head to... I guess we'll go to the plaza for right this second. We've also got other people to speak with around the map, like Marth. It's a busy Somniel. And there's a lot still to do as well, but yeah, let's start with this. So, once it loads in, Marth should be behind us to the left. There we go, hello. Standing by your side, looking on such familiar scenery, is almost like returning home. Ooh, that reminds me. I was thinking whether we got another one here. No, we still don't have the last song. Okay. But that's fine. Anyone else to speak to here? Not on the map as of current. Okay. Let's head up this way. We will grab... Oh, you know what we need to grab first? Out of this shop. I bet there might be new fishing gear. Might not be. Let's just have a look. Hey, Anna.
Hey there!
Yeah, I'd like to buy something. Okay. Let's see what we got. Nothing. Okay,
Feel free
cool.
to come again.
That's fine. See you later. Right, now we'll run up this way. We'll grab what's in the well, and we'll do the new thing at the flying place. Okay, I just hadn't seen her out and about before. I was like, oh, alright. Right, so grab this. Doesn't seem like his sculpture's really gone on anymore for Zelkov. Right, grab that. What have we got in here? Okay, we have a little bit of garbage. It's fine, I'll transform those later. And now, hello.
Oh!
Yes, I would love to.
Yep.
Looking to try a new course?
Which would you like?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this. I still haven't managed to get an S++ on the hard course. So, yeah, let's try Expert. In
Have a
theory,
nice
Expert
flight.
should give better rewards if it's the same as the strength training, but we'll see. Alright. So run number 1 is just pure hope here. Whoa, don't like what the camera's doing there. It's okay. That's the one I was looking for, the one that gets you extra points. I want blue. Perfect, just because I was missing them. This is all over the place. You really need to you need to plan ahead on this one, I think. I'm hoping that because I got golds, that's gonna get us more points. On the first one, the strategy is get gold and just get as many as you can with gold, whether you miss them or not, it doesn't matter. Oh, he got gold for us. Nice. Should have gone for the bigger pile of these targets. There's too many targets. Okay, now I want to see the run where somebody gets all of these targets in one run. Okay, 55. It's got to have another one, because I bet the highest score is much higher than the previous one's high score. I don't even see anything. Oh. Okay. 3, 4. There we go. And then that. Oh, that one. Okay. I don't know. I got rid of. Oh. I got some points. Oh my. Okay. Sorry if this is making you sick. It's making me slightly sick, but it seems optimal. Okay, I hit the blue one apparently. The game lagged. I got 182,000 points. What happened? I think I hit a golden, then a red, and the reds exploded the reds, which got me all of the points.
Just what I'd expect from the Divine One.
I got an S++. If you say so. Alright, well, we're never doing expert again. I've obviously peaked. That did, however, get us 300 bond fragments.
Until next
and
time.
a lot of items. I might have peaked. Cool. Right. Next step. We want to get these set up, so we're doing that one. We're doing Allcrest and Celine. Someone suggested Allcrest Vale. We should probably do a lot of Allcrest ones. Right, Allcrest Saline. It's at B. Okay, so we can do this one right now. Okay. Allcrest Saline. And then we'll do it again. So Allcrest. Saline. Who is above Citrine. Okay, and then we want to go eat with them as well. Right. Did we get any money from those missions? Not at all. Okay. Good. Good. Wouldn't want to supply ourselves after that. That'd be too easy.
Hey there.
Hey, Yunaka. Oh, yeah. Oops. We're looking for Allcrest and Saline, please. You make something which you are eager. Okay, well, maybe your eagerness will turn into a good food. We're making a sour cream and fish congee.
I'm gonna go all out. Okay.
Just make it zappy.
Ha! What a disaster.
Oh no.
This meal is like me.
Disappointing.
This texture is unique.
Perhaps it would pair well with a pungent tea. Have we ever had a G before? Completely burnt sour cream congee. We have never had a G before. You know the positive thing about this G one? At least it didn't lower our stats like we had that one time. Somehow even the worst made, I guess because it was so inedible that nobody could eat it, right? Well, what was it? What Alfred made was like barely edible, so therefore people could eat it and have a bad reaction. Okay. Right, there's 3,000 bond fragments, which we're going to use a lot of. Right. Now what we need to do, something very important, is we need to find a nice area on the map to chill out and to watch things from. Although, wait a second, is that Vale down there? It's Vale or Mavier? I just forgot that they both exist and we need to speak to them. Hey Vale.
I'm just so happy.
I'm so happy we can always be together now. Please let me know how I can be of help here. Okay. New page on Vale. I forgot we get these. So she'll be in this category, I'm assuming. Illusia, maybe? Oh wait, no, she'll be in the final category. Yeah, there we go. Initial class, Fellchild. Birthday, September 12th. Basic info. Daughter of Sombron, sister of Divine Dragon Alpax. After defeating her evil side, she's joined the Divine Dragon's army to help save the world. And we do only have one page there currently. Okay. So then we go all the way up here. All the way around. All the way over here. And because I thought I saw Mavier in here. Maybe I saw him in here earlier. Let me have a look at the map. Do we have Mavier? Mavier is in the plaza. Very helpful. Here? Uh-huh. Hey, Mavier. Hello.
It is true.
Lady Vale is content. Good. Still, am I worthy of standing in this holy place? Okay. New page on Mavier. Now, he's also going to be in the same category, I think? No, he must be in Illusia. Yeah. Probably like this? No? Oh, he's here. Okay. Initial class, Royal Knight. Birthday, September 13th. Basic info, Vale's Knight. Former member of the Four Hounds. He joined Divine Dragon to avenge Marnie and also to serve Vale. Also, that's very odd. Also, you know what's even more odd? Her birthday is September 12th. His is September 13th. Yeah. Why doesn't it say the 12th? Yeah, wait a second. Everyone else's has like the th or the r or the st at the end. Hers just says 12. September 12th. Okay. Sure. Anyway, yes, we need to find somewhere nice to stand. That's what I was doing before I got distracted with Vale. Somewhere nice to stand. All the way over here. This is just a nice place to be. I was just wondering why Leaf needed a fire, but that's okay. So we're going to stand out here. Going to look across the sky, and we're going to do a ton of supports. So, let's start with bonds between Seadoll and Micaiah.
This is the first time anyone's read my fortune. Well, what do you think this Grail card means?
Le Roi de Graal, the King of Sangrails, speaks to your nature. It says you are deeply kind. It also says you tend to the well-being of others, but push yourself too hard.
I don't mean to, but I will try to take better care of myself. Thank you, Seadoll.
Wonderful. So we got our 20 rank, which means the engage meter is shortened 1 step. Nice. And now on to the support list. I mean, let's start at this. Let's start with Saphir.
Okay, that's enough sparring for today.
Thanks again for indulging me.
There really is such kindness in your eyes, even when you're fighting. It's refreshing. Anyway, thanks for the warm-up. I'm off to do some strength training.
One training session straight to another? Your stamina's amazing.
When training is all you have, you give it all you've got.
What do you mean, training is all you have?
Yeah, okay. I don't usually talk about this, but you deserve an answer. I've always been strong, even as a kid. But back in those days, I had a friend I could never beat. This friend trained hard, and I mean hard, with the goal of becoming the strongest knight ever. One day, Elusia attacked my village. My friend was killed. After that, I figured someone should honor her wish to be the strongest. Might as well be me.
I'm so sorry for your loss. I can't help but feel that isn't the only reason you train so hard, though.
It's like, yeah, I heard your trauma, I understand. You must think it affects you a lot, but I don't think that's it. I think it's probably something else. Why don't you look a little bit harder, okay? Come back to me later.
What makes you say that?
That ferocity when you fight. It doesn't feel like grief to me. It feels more like vengeance.
Obviously, I was putting on the Divine Dragon's voice and being sarcastic. I get where the game's going with this.
I really should get back to training. Muscles will tighten up if I stand around too long. Thanks for letting me talk your ear off, though. I'll see you later.
Saphir! I went too far. I should apologize.
Okay. Well, she walked off from the support and out of the team. I wasn't expecting to get a bond level up, but I guess it makes a lot of sense that we did. Wait, that also means that everybody who gets a B level gets sword and gets sword and whatever the fist one's called. They get that ranked up. Sword and brawler, I think it is. Huh. Interesting. I don't think there's anything we can do with that information. I was just like, oh yeah, that happens now. Right. So that was Saphir, who is obviously in this category. Let's check we're on the last one. There we go. Hobbies: sparring. Talents: fishing, swimming. Background: born in a fishing village in Brodia. Lost her parents to Elusian soldiers invading by sea. Worked as a mercenary until earning her place in the Royal Guard. Cool. Right. And now we have our second support with Mavier. Oh.
Mavier, I'm curious. What are some of your favorite things?
Pardon? Why would you wish to know?
I've decided to give you a gift as a token of my gratitude.
A gift from the Divine Dragon? For what reason? Perhaps you are mistaken about who I am.
You are Vale's knight, yes? Vale is alive today because of your actions. She is my only sibling, and I cannot thank you enough for protecting her. Do you understand why I might want to reward you for such service?
I understand. However, knowing I have your gratitude is reward enough.
Only my gratitude?
I am pleased you value my efforts to aid the Lady Vale. I am not a good person. As your former enemy, I am unworthy of your praise. Pardon me. I am needed elsewhere.
Mavier, you don't...
Oh. Alright then. Well, our bond got raised. That's going to be weird every time that happens. And we got a new page in the notebook. Mavier. Likes: crafting, flowers, meat, spicy food, training, weapons, meat pies. That's a separate category to meat. Okay. Pastoral scenery. Dislikes: games, parties, luxury goods, talking, covert operations, anything that goes against his morals. I'm not a good person, but if it goes against my morals, I'm out. Okay. Also, I have to go back to this. I think he could have just said meat pie, but he likes meat and meat pies. Now, a spicy meat pie with a little bit of a meat on top of it, that sounds like his ideal meal. Anyway, let's go back to our supports. Louis, Saphir, let's have your final one.
Oh, wow. This tea takes me back. Something about the taste, the smell. It's so familiar.
That is because I looked into what sorts of teas are popular around your hometown.
That explains it. But why go to the trouble? It's not like this tea is anything special compared to what you can get in Firene.
You carry with you painful memories that never fade, though you dearly wish they would. I have seen you struggle with these memories time and time again. Now, I cannot banish them for you. I haven't that sort of power. I suspect that no one does. But lately, I had a thought. Painful memories are not the only ones that can be tenacious.
I see what you're getting at. And you might be onto something. As soon as I tasted this tea, so many memories came rushing back. The field my friend and I raced through. The trees we sat under to talk and trade dreams. My father sailing off to fish. My mother's face while cooking dinner. 3 of us at the table. Happy times. I'd almost forgotten them, but they've always been there, haven't they?
Just so.
Maybe that's what I'll dream tonight. If I do, it'll be thanks to you.
I am glad to have been of service.
Something else to think about, Louis. These happy memories we've made together will stick with me forever, too.
I believe my memories of you will be equally long-lasting, Saphir.
Oh. It's just so nice and wholesome. Pandreo? Mauvier? Party? Woo? I don't know how they're gonna talk. Oh. No, now I know how they're going to talk. Mauvier was a worshipper of the Fell Dragon. Pandreo is a worshipper of the Divine Dragon. This is going to be examining their faiths. Via partying?
Mind if I pray with you?
I fight alongside you, yet it does not mean my faith in the holiness of the Fell Dragon is lost.
I'm trying to figure out where this, area they're in is from. I don't know if we've seen it before. Is this Destinia Cathedral?
You are a cleric of the Divine Dragon. It would be improper for us to pray beside one another.
We believe in different things, but we're both men of the cloth. Why sweat the details?
The details are what bind us to our faith. It is unconscionable that you would consider your vows to be nothing more than details.
Tell me something. What were you praying for just now?
We live in an unhealthy world. Prayers for peace are required.
Well, what do you know? I was about to pray for the exact same thing. The content of our prayers is the same, even if the gods receiving them aren't.
I have never met a cleric who thinks as you do.
Me neither.
Very well. You may pray next to me.
Good. Come on. If both of us pray for world peace, they'll have to make it happen.
Okay, that seems like that could be interesting. Next up, we have Saphir again. She's getting heavily featured after being dropped from the party. It's Saphir and Allcrest.
Thank you for teaching me to cook, Saphir. Under your guidance, I managed to prepare a complete fish dinner. When it's safe for Mother to return, I'll be able to welcome her back with a home-cooked meal.
My pleasure, really. I'm happy to pass on all the lessons my parents taught me. And I think they'd have loved to know their knowledge would benefit their prince someday. Come to think of it, I wish I could tell them about the time I got to cook for King Morian, too.
Did you? If he were still with us, I'm sure he'd help himself to several platefuls.
Sorry to bring up a sore subject.
It's all right. I can tell it's a fond memory. I'm happy that there are stories I've never heard from people who knew him. Saphir? What's the matter?
It hurts me too, losing him. When I stayed behind at Brodia Castle, I took it for granted he'd be back. Now every so often it hits me that I'll never see his face again. Best I can do is hold tight to the memory.
I know exactly what you mean.
I'm sorry, Prince Elchrist. I know my sorrow is nothing compared to what you and Prince Diamant must feel.
Sorrow isn't something that should be measured or compared. I know you shared a special bond with my father as a royal soldier of Brodia. It's important that we all take time to grieve. I know I am. And I hope you will too.
Kind words.
We should prepare a plate for Father someday. We've yet to erect a headstone, but I'm sure he'd appreciate a hearty meal left at his final resting place. He did love to eat, after all.
Great idea. Yeah, let's do it. Let's leave him a feast fit for a king. Thanks, Prince Elchrist. I feel better already.
These have all just been nice. Nice, wholesome. Yeah. Like a deeper look into some of the characters rather than they're just wild and wacky times. I'm trying to remember this one. Wait, is this the one where Panette said, Saphir, you need to speak properly? You know, you're embarrassing yourself? I think it is.
How much longer do I gotta do this kneeling crap?
Language. Try again.
Wow.
At what length did my lady say I'm to continue this kneeling crap?
Only 1 hour longer. Any courtier worth her salt must be able to kneel for at least that time.
An hour? An hour, you say? Indeed? That's fine. Only my back's on fire now. Legs went numb ages ago. Forget it! I'm done! Only combat's allowed to be this exhausting. Sorry, but I'm gonna call it here. This stuff isn't for me. My kingdom will have to make do with my strength. They're not getting manners.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. If it tests your endurance, then it must be useful training, no? Here I thought you were made of sterner stuff.
Come on.
The Saphir I know would never throw in the towel midway through training. Perhaps I had you mixed up with another, more tenacious gray-haired beauty. My mistake.
Oh, fine! You made your point. I'll keep going. No way am I gonna quit after you bring training into it like that.
Good. I would expect nothing less.
Let it never be said that I didn't fight to the bitter end. I'm gonna get so prim and proper so fast it's gonna make your head spin.
Alright then. And that finishes the Saphir arc of our supports. Next up, we have Hortensia and Chloe, which is just bound to be unhinged.
What's wrong, Princess Hortensia?
Yeah, I get it now. You've got a whole other kind of charm.
I do?
Yeah. It's like an aura of sophistication. Maturity. Like you could be anyone's mom. I like that. I want it. I've already mastered cuteness. I need to add to my repertoire. I mean, I'm sure I'll develop an aura of maternal sophistication as I get older, but why should I have to wait? You have it now, so I should have it now too.
I guess so.
I'm glad you agree, Chloe, because I demand you accompany me for observation. Once I see how it's done, I'll be able to learn the technique myself.
I'm not sure that's how it works, but okay. I'm honored if someone as cute as you thinks I'm sophisticated, though.
Excellent! Wait, really? You don't mind that I just up and demanded this out of the blue?
Oh no, I don't mind at all. It's all part of your cuteness.
See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. How do you do that?
I love Chloe just being like, no, I'm happy to go with the flow. I'm just happy I'm getting screen time. And And now, to finish us off, we have Merrin and Kagetsu.
Merrin, do I have your permission to issue my challenge to Princess Tamara yet?
Please, you'll never have my permission.
Truly? I am greatly vexed. Still, I am in your debt, Merrin. Out of respect, I will wait until you change your mind.
You're very aggravating, you know that? Why must you insist on fighting my princess?
I have journeyed far from Pale Sands in search of strong opponents to face in battle.
Pale Sands? You mean the remote region in Solm? The one shrouded in mystery?
To me, it is everything outside of Pale Sands that is shrouded in mystery. That is why I set out on my journey, to explore the strange world outside my home. I have met many strong opponents in my travels. I have also seen how each country's customs, culture, and history inform its fighters. This is why I seek a duel with Princess Tamara. I wish to learn more about Solm.
So that's what this is all about. In that case, I will fight you.
You?
I am a royal knight, and a capable one at that. Do you doubt I'd make a worthy opponent?
I do not doubt it. But, should I defeat you, I will challenge Princess Tamara next. Do you have any objections?
Fine by me. But just a heads up, you will not defeat me.
Your confidence is delightful. Come then, show me what you can do.
Okay. A friendly rivalry. Also, more information on Kagetsu. So he comes from an area which is in Solm, according to Merrin. But it doesn't sound like he thinks it's in Solm. You get what I'm meaning? It must just be like an area in the desert that nobody goes to, and they're just like, yeah, this bit's Solm, and then it's like everyone else is like, yeah, sure, and nobody from there ever actually leaves there to go and say, no, actually, this is our place. So, anyway, interesting. Well, we're gonna do a save here. This one. There we go. By the way, just in terms of saves. Also, how did I add 2? Oh no, it's about. Wow, yeah, it's almost 2 hours we added since I last saved. That's terrifying. But if we head back here, the one before this mission that we went on was this one. 99 hours in. We are now 107 hours in. So it's effectively 8 hours to the point of the next mission. And we still haven't done fishing, we still haven't done training, we still haven't done like a lot of leveling up of emblems, which I still need to do potentially. I might leave those for the start of next time, but just work out where I need to get everybody. There's a lot that needs to be done. But what also needs to be done is we need to end the episode here, as our dog finally catches up to us. So, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.